Hi guys, welcome back to Creative Frenzy. Okay, so I wanted to try and make something out of my dollar store stickers. So I wanted to make some little envelope pockets or little tuck spots or whatever, but I wanted to use some of these stickers up. They're very pretty, don't get me wrong, but I've had these for a while and I haven't used them yet, so I thought I'd use these. Now some of these are more Victorian-ish or more junk journal style than others. We'll see how far we get. When I break down my 12 by 12 papers, I do 4 by 6, 3 by 4, and 3 by 2, and I store them in a box. What else? And then I make different things with them. So today I wanted to use some more of the envelopes, the little pockets. So I could use them as envelopes or I could use them as pockets. So, you know, they're sealable if that's how I wanted to use them. I could make them into paper clips or whatever. Or I could just make them into pockets. So I'm going to choose a bunch of common colors that are here. You could use book page for this. You could use, well, you could collage on this. We could maybe use some book page anyway. So we're going to use some of these pretty colors. Some of the more softer ones, some of the brighter ones. I don't know. Just have fun with it. I'm not overly picky, although this is more summer and not really junk journal style. Although you can junkify just about anything, trust me. Let's see. I don't know. So 2, 4, 5, 6. Let's do 6, shall we? Should we do, let's do a green one. Let's do that one. I do like polka dots. I think that's, yeah, that should do it. Let me get some book page. Hold on. You could use music page too, of course, whatever you wanted to use. But I just keep all my little offcuts into this little box that I created out of cereal bars, something like that. Anyway, you can use just about anything. I'll do that. Let's see, what else can we use? We'll just start with one, shall we? And then we'll go from there. And it doesn't have to be overly big. Little journal pockets are just as much fun as the large ones. Sometimes there's not enough room to get in there, so you can do them both at the same time. So that's kind of cute. And you can ink around the edges. We'll do it all sort of at the same time. Like I said in my last video, I'm sort of in the mood to be creating, so I thought, you know, why not keep going? So a lot of my other stuff will have been left over from previous videos on my desk. So we'll see if we can use it up. Alright. In this case, it's just really collage more than anything. That's using up some scraps paper, you know, scrap pieces of paper and just different things. Let's see. I do have labels. There's some that I haven't cut out yet, and I really like the color of them. So let's grab those while we're at it. So what I like to do is I like to use the edges of my book pages and the end pages and anything where there's only half the page or a part of the page that's typed on. And I like to use my label stamps and stamp the labels on that paper because it has a really nice patina to it. So in this case, I'm going to do a nice green. And you can stamp over top of letters and numbers and whatnot else, which makes for a really cool label. I have a video on that. Mass making vintage labels. Check it out. It's really neat. And it's a lot of fun. And you don't waste a lot of book pages. And you don't have to use your coffee dyed paper that way. Because then, you know, you're going to be using those book pages anyway. So I thought maybe that'd be kind of cute. It's nice and big, which is what I like in this case. So I wanted to fill up the page. You could do something smaller, of course, but I wanted it to make an impact in this case. I mean, have it. Straight would be better. It's probably my cutting more than anything. We could use this cute little bird here. See, because the background is kind of bright, it's okay. We can ink up the edges in this. Like I said, you can junkify just about anything. I find the sticky part of these is not overly sticky. It'll probably come off. So just use some of your tacky glue. You don't need a lot, just some. And then you can just sort of go like, you can go off the page or just go like that. You get to use your little stickers. That's one done. See, all you really need is 3 little elements and you're done. Alright, let's do, I guess I'm in a polka dot mood. I don't know. That's kind of interesting. Probably doesn't need a whole lot. No, you could stamp on this too, of course, if you wanted to. We might. That's not bad. I kind of like holding my paper sort of crumpled when I'm inking it so that you get those little bits in other areas. For some reason that makes my heart very happy and it makes it look nice and vintagey. So these come together fairly quickly because, I mean, there's not a whole lot to put on there, right? Basically a sticker and you're done. Blends right in. Now some of these, I mean, do I really want that on there? Probably not. So I could take that off easily and just set that aside. And then I like this the way it is. And that should fit perfectly. And then we can put a smaller label over top. Fits right in there. You can use green again because I like green. Where are the other ones? We can do a small one, I think, in this case. These come together fairly quickly. There's not much to them. So if you just need a bunch of ephemera that's fairly, you know, inexpensive to make because it's just dollar store and some leftover pages from a book, check out your local library. Every month they have a selection that they get rid of. Normally they go to a shredder. They or some places will have a rack outside saying free books or whatever. So see, that's kind of cute. You could ink it up if you wanted to. But yeah, use the old books and see what you have in your own bookshelf. If there's books that you haven't read or you have read already and there's not much else to do with them, you know, why not? Use them up. So that's 2 down. It comes together fairly quick. Let's see. Let's do this floral one. Or even your dollar store, you know. Your dollar store, I'm sure, has plenty of books. And children's books and whatnot else you can take apart. But it's more fun if it's on the older style of paper. It has a bit more of that grittiness to it. It's not smooth like scrapbook paper. So, which is what I like about it. Let's see, hold on a second. So I keep in one of my drawers in my beside my desk a bin like this. So I have all these little cutouts from books that I do numbers and things like that. So you can use those as labels. I just use a circle punch, and then wherever the number is, I punch it out. Parts like this I rip out too, and these are perfect for collage. It's just the content page, you know. You can trim it. And then just glue it on there. Like I said, you know, because it's flimsy paper anyway, instead of fighting it, just ink it any which way you like. The more the merrier. So I just put that over there. Let's see. Now some of these, again, you know, they have that extra little pop-up area. Let's see what else we got. If you don't have dollar store stickers, maybe you have a stamp that you really like. You can make something like that. Now these glitter ones, you know, normally you wouldn't use those, but I think in this case, it's not a bad thing. I mean, it's a bit kitschy, but it's kind of cool. And if it's a bit too much glitter for you, you can always cover up part of it with the label. I mean, I'm not going to throw them out. I might as well use them. I use this yellow. Now I didn't stamp 100%, but I kind of like that because it adds to the vintagey style of it. Normally I'll sit down and do a whole bunch of cutouts like this, and then I just store them in a box on my desk. But these ones I just stamped and I left them for a bit. Maybe it's a bit too much yellow. That's not going to work for me. Let's see. Now what you could do is just use part of a label. You don't have to use the whole thing. Especially if you misprint something. We'll do green, yeah. See? Now this one we can just sort of trim off this way, and that's okay. We could probably trim off some more. I just go like that, and I think even this way. No, not that way. This way. Yeah. Sometimes, you know, you have to audition a little bit and see what works and what doesn't. It's okay. Not everything is 100%, but that's fine. Just keep on plugging away. There. So now we have 3. And don't forget, we can always come in with a stamp and stamp some of that. If we're not liking the way it looks, we can adjust it a little bit. Let's get some of these little bits out of the way. Okay. Let's do another number. Yeah, that one. This is why I get ink all over my fingers. Like most of us do. Thing is, I just gave myself a manicure, so I was like, I gotta redo it. I don't want to. Let's see. Oh, that is almost the same. It's like it's meant to be. You know what? We're gonna use that or that. No, I don't know which one. That's a bit too big. Maybe I'll use this one. That's too funny. Tell I like turquoise. I've been really collecting a lot of that. And yes, we will trim this off. Now some people might say that's too much turquoise. Well, you know what? I say, you do you. I like turquoise. So yes, of course I'm going to be using it quite a bit. And just go in and around. That's fine. There we go. We could do the same thing here. If we find the glitter is a bit much, we can just dull that down a bit. There we go. That's not bad. Let's dull it down a little bit. Not much, but a little bit. So I need to do something with this one. Ay, it's thick. Some of this paper is pretty darn thick. You can do this with book page, obviously, or coffee dyed paper, so it's a little bit thinner. If it's too hard to punch through, use something a little bit thinner. I'm not overly precise in how I do things. And just slather it on and hope for the best. It's a lot more fun to create in a frenzy than, you know, thinking everything out 100%. So, all right, let's see. Something on here. This one looks cute. It's got the same kind of colorways. Yeah. While I'm thinking of it. Oops. Now we need a couple more labels. Yeah, I think the yellows are going to work here. I don't think I want to go all green either. Let me grab the other labels. Hold on. There. I've also done some with my gel prints or watercolor prints and things like that, so they're just a lot of fun to make. Some have little words, you know, whatever floats your boat. Should I do a bit of purple? That's pretty. Maybe I'll do the purple over here. How's that? I don't know. Said I wasn't going to use more green, but it's a different kind of green, so it works. There. That one. And this one, let's see. It's very big. That's not going to work. It's kind of finicky. Oh, this one I made out of Citrusolve papers that I made. So I could do something like that. Part on. Oh, right there. Yeah. It just needs that little bit of darkness to it. So Citrusolve papers are really pretty. I didn't use Citrusolve. I just used another degreaser, spray degreaser, and it worked the same on National Geographic paper. So that was a happy little discovery. And check that video out. Okay, one more. And then that's it. There we go. Let's use one of these numbers. Kind of like text though, or like a row of numbers. All right. Or maybe instead of numbers, we'll do Roman numerals. Roman numerals, that's the word I'm looking for. So that'll be fun. So anytime you have an index in one of your books, check out the contents list and things like that, because those are a lot of fun to use too. Okay, now in this case what we can do is I'm determined to use one of these yellow labels because I really love this yellow. It's really pretty. So I'm going to use one of these over here. Yellow and pink. I don't know, there's something about it. Now you can ink the edges, of course, because this is not as bright as some of the others. So I'm going with some black ink or something like that. But since we're sort of on a yellow theme, yellow and browns, I suppose. Now let's see, what can we use? Shall we use another glittery sticker? I mean, really, that looks kind of cool, doesn't it? I mean, you can trim it. Let's trim it, actually. It's just paper. You can trim it easily. I'm not going to worry about the antenna. This way I don't have to worry about inking it. Yikes. So much glue. Popped it up with some foam, but it's okay. And then like that. And then I'm going to get my favorite stamp. Hang on a second. So I don't always keep all my sets together. I keep all my favorites, or the ones I use the most often, in a box like this. You could do it anywhere, but you know, that way I know I don't have to keep looking through all the sets constantly. But this is my all-time favorite. It's just really pretty, and it adds a little bit of something to any project. So all I do is just ink it up, just a little bit of something. Right? So there we go. Now this one's quite busy in the background, so I probably wouldn't do that one. This one is okay. We have that book page on the side. So it just adds a little bit of something to it. And it's okay if it's upside down. This one's quite pale in the background, but I need a little bit of grounding. Let's see. You know what? Let's put some over here. There. Just a little bit of something else. That's pretty good. Alrighty. I think that's pretty much it. I'm pretty sure. Let's see what we've got here. Clear some space. So using some dollar store stickers and some pre-made little envelopes made out of 4x6 paper. You know, if you break down your 12x12 papers, you can do lots of little different things with it, but this is what I made with these ones. And just some stamp and some paper, and you're good to go. And here we've mass made 6 of them. So I hope you like this little session, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.